I spend a lot of time on educating people and understanding how you read that label. That makes a difference, because you could be thinking, oh, I've been doing pretty good. I only have, I have one bottle of this, but that's 2.5 servings in that
Right.
bottle. So starting there really makes a big difference. Yeah.
Talk about the BMI. Isn't that under sort of the? It's going. I think it's going through what the mammogram went through, right? Like we need to get rid of that. We should not be using that. And the last this summer that started to creep up.
Yeah, and I'm so happy it's finally gaining attention, because it's long overdue. We really need to, come up with a different measure. We got the BMI because it's cheap and it's easy.
What's BMI?
And it's something
What does
that
it
you
stand
can do
for?
in the office. So BMI stands for Body Mass Index. It's a calculation based upon your height and weight. That's it. And that's truly it. And the reason why it's come under scrutiny now is because one, it was based on population studies by white and Scottish men. So therefore, it doesn't translate to the rest of the population. And so we're really looking at, okay, what other forms of measure can we test and use in order to see, is this person at risk for some sort of disease? And that's the whole point of the BMI. It helps us to, classify and come up with disease, risk, and those sorts of things. But yeah, sometime in the 17 and 1800s, they came up with this measurement, again, largely based on, Scottish white men. So as you can see, that leaves a lot of people out, people like me and you.
Yes.
And they established this body mass index, to look at populations. It doesn't account for um, water weight. It doesn't account for muscle. It doesn't account for fat, and or bone, and so, which is why it's not the most accurate. Okay, and so you could quote unquote have a higher BMI, but not necessarily have obesity, if that makes sense. Um, and so we're looking at, other ways in which we can get other information, waist circumference, body mass in terms of fat fat mass, and trying to get a more accurate picture, for people. For now, that's all we got, So I tell people, take it with a grain of salt. Don't put too much weight into it. No pun intended. And so it just kind of is what it is for now. What is your best weight? What weight do you feel your best and your healthiest at? That's free of disease, or at least as controlled as possible. So for you, like you mentioned, the cholesterol, would it improve with a 5, 10, 15 pound, weight loss? I don't know. Would it improve with just changing some, things with your lifestyle, but you for the most part stay the same weight? I mean, ultimately, that's what it's really about. Okay. And so that's kind of how I would use that information and really kind of look at the whole picture and coming up